Listen to the roadie over there.
Roadies rule! Gravel. Just 90s mountain bikes.
This segues into my topic for the video. Is gravel dead? Is gravel dead, Gene? I was on a ride a few months ago and, well, just watch this. They're all roadies now. Don't get me wrong, I love a good old road ride and there seems to be some kind of allure when it comes to purchasing a fancy road bike, especially for us drop bar cyclists. I wonder if it's like having a nice sports car. Like you can't really drive it anywhere, especially with the crappy roads here in Cebu. But when you do find that perfect bit of tarmac, I mean, I assume I don't own a fancy sports car. Although I can imagine how a proper fast race bike might feel, especially on beautiful tarmac. Speed downhill. Kita na? May bike boys. Morning. No, because one of my frustrations is, so I'll go on we have a group chat, diba? Yeah, I don't put anymore the route because if I put the route, there's a good chance like majority of the people who are gonna go riding are just not gonna say anything because they're all road bikers. Yeah, roadies, baby. So yeah, a lot of the guys got road bikes and I've been missing my adventure gravel group rides. But truth be told, the next bike in my wish list would most likely be a fancy endurance bike. I wouldn't use it to race or anything. I would use it for like really long rides like an Audax. I mean, hopefully I can have it by 2027. It's not going to be anytime soon. Unless the channel blows up and I get like 1 million views per video or something like that. That would be sweet. The reason I have an endurance road bike on my wish list is because they're designed to go fast on the road, they're comfortable, and importantly, especially these days, they are designed to have pretty thick tires as well, as high as 35mm tires. I even believe there's an endurance bike that can fit 40mm tires right now. I wonder if it's just another gravel bike. The reason I insist on having big tires is because my favorite thing to do on the bike is to explore new roads, and a lot of the new roads I tend to explore are roads of varying qualities. There's a blurring of the lines, especially these days, between a road bike and a gravel bike. There's this intersection, which is the all-road or the endurance bike, and then the all-road or the endurance bike, they're a little bit like a proper race road bike, but not really, and they're a little bit like a gravel bike, but not really. So there's this little intersection happening right now, and I wonder if you can make the argument that, in fact, the success of the gravel bikes is what spurred the bike industry to start putting bigger tires on their road bikes. But really, if I could have only one bike, it would still be the gravel bike. I can just swap out the tires for skinnier fat tires.
Ah, good answer.
If you want to go road.
Yeah.
So you wanted like the versatility.
was like, I can afford one bike, unlike other people. Unlike other people.
Selling it. I'm selling it.
So, is gravel dead? Of course it isn't dead. In fact, I don't care what the popular bike is these days. I don't care what people ride. Unless, of course, they're in my group chat and I want to ride with them. Then that means I wish they had some sort of off-road bike because I love riding off-road. Guys, get your gravel bikes or a mountain bike. Come on. Sticking to the road, so it's kind of boring. But yeah, I don't care what the popular bike is. I just want to be able to ride the rides that I want. And more, this is what the rides that I want to do look like.
I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
So despite being a guy who has a YouTube channel about cycling, I think you'll notice in the channel that I am not too focused on the bikes themselves. Like, I'm not really a gearhead. In fact, I drool over great rides more than great bikes. Now, don't get me wrong. I really love great bikes, especially if I happen to own a great bike. And I feel like I do. I love the bikes that I have. But I am much more envious of the great rides on Strava than a super expensive bike that stays in somebody's wall. Fortunately, there are still some guys in the group chat who got an off-road bike.
Vim got a new bike. Where did you get a Crooks?
You said it's a lightweight. Lightest gravel.
Latest gravel? Ah.
Yeah.
So I stick with a gravel bike. Oh shit, it's hard to
More
climb.
fun, right?
More fun?
Yeah.
And you have more gears also!
Now, in order to make videos like this, I owe a huge debt of gratitude to brands like Curve Coffee collaborators. Without them, this vlog, although still possible, would be much more difficult to make. Through my partnership with Curve, I know that coffee is thriving, especially Philippine coffee. Curve Coffee collaborators have been a long-time advocate of Philippine coffee. They have direct relationships with coffee farmers, and through my many conversations with them, I learned that the people behind the brand are very passionate about what they do. I'm really proud to be partnered with them, and most importantly, they make great tasting coffee. So give their website curve.coffee a visit and get yourself a bag of coffee beans. Thanks Curve for sponsoring this video. Lastly, if you want to hear more from me, I release a weekly newsletter called Villain, and feel free to sign up. If you don't like what I'm writing there, feel free to unsubscribe anytime. Alright, thanks for watching the video. Ciao!